Alrighty, y'all. So, I've been wanting to talk about Shadow's backstory for a while. Basically, she was a real-life wolf. And she these scientists took her in to take her brain and put it inside of some sort of jar, and then the jar would be connected to a computer. And then they made a model and stuff and made a whole simulation world for her to live in. And then she, in the simulation, her mom and dad got killed by someone named Evil. Her mom and dad were the leaders of a pack, and they got killed by Evil, who controls mindlesses. Mindlesses are wolves that, before wolves were given hearts and minds, they would just kill everything, do everything, and then one day, wolves got minds and hearts, but some of them still remained without them. But then hypno-wolves were able to control the mindless. And Evil was a hypno-wolf, and she decided she was going to kill everybody with it, and she was Shadow's aunt, and that was very scary. So then Shadow ran under a bush and hid, but she died, and she died from heartbreak. She came back as a Shadow, but the Shadow had completely stolen her soul and taken it like a demon, like the devil taking someone's soul. And what basically happened was that she didn't really agree with this somehow. Somehow she was still conscious. I don't know. We're just gonna go with it, alright? And she got her soul back. She fought for her soul back, but instead of only getting her soul back, she got both of the souls. And now she has soul dualism, and one of them is a Shadow and the other one's not. The Shadow is about 10 feet tall and very scary looking. I'm not good at drawing that type of stuff though, so it's not really ever going to be an official drawing of the actual one, but it can take the form of Shadow, but just like with black shadow stuff on it. It looks kind of like ink, but no, it's not bending the ink machine. And it kind of is just like that, and she was still very crazy because she didn't know what was going on, and it was very painful for her. But then eventually she got control over it, and she realized she was a goddess of bad karma or revenge, and her job is to either kill or do whatever the person did to someone else back to them. Sometimes it gets to her and she'll do it for her own well-being, and she'll sometimes be unconscious and go in the other form with the Shadow and kill on accident. And so then she goes and she does that. She kills her sis. She kills people, but she doesn't. But then she gets really upset about it. And Butterfly is just sitting there, waiting for her to go back in so that she can be out. But she didn't really mind. And then after a while, another form formed, and that's Misty, which formed last year. She formed last year, and she became basically the Shadow, but if it was its own person. And the thing is that she didn't want to do this. She was completely conscious, but didn't like doing this. She was supposedly going to be the good one and stuff, but then she ended up getting separated from Shadow, and then everything went back to the way it was, but with a new sister that was a twin, just white. Fur. Don't take that like that. Eventually, they all figure out that they've been in a simulation their whole life, and it was very upsetting to them. And way before this, Shadow had been controlled by this evil creator and stuff, and they made them go through all kinds of bad stuff. And Shadow came from Butterfly's code, which Butterfly is my OC that I made whenever I was 5, but I just really like her, so I kept her all this time. She came from Butterfly's darkness and despair and was originally supposed to be a villain who would fight her, but instead she became a goddess and she was good. Or neutral at least. And she came from, so then the code like mixed with the glitching, and so she became a glitch. So now she has all kinds of random glitch powers, which I'm not going to get into depth, and if you want me to, I'll go into a part 2 about that. And then basically some of the characters like Eclipse, Rusty, and Shadow and Butterfly are all people who were killed and put their brains inside of the jar thingies and connected to a computer. Then eventually they got a better creator and now they're living a decent life. Still have some of the problems. There's this evil scientist who I don't know the name of. I didn't make up a name yet. Still don't even know their name. And the way that Shadow has children at the age of 12, basically she's a shadow wolf, and like the children kind of just like they meet her. I don't really know how to explain it, but like the reason that I decided to make her have children was I was playing Howling Heart Forgotten Worlds or something, and I was role playing by myself, and these two kids came up to me, a deer wolf and a angel demon wolf, and I decided I want this to be in my roleplay. Kept them. Forgot their names, so I gave them new names, Dakota and Angelica. I forgot how to pronounce it. I don't know, but anyways, that's how she has children, and then there's this okay, so then there's different breeds of wolf. There's a straight up wolf. There's a winged, that's equivalent to a bat wolf. They have feathered wings, and then the bats have bat wings, and they can fly. And then there's the raptors, which are a little bit higher because they're fast. So all of them are in the same ranking, just one above wolf. Like they're a little bit stronger. And then we have angel and demon, which is not included in my roleplay, but I just have it there. Angel and demon wolves are right above them. They're usually very rare. Then we have dragon wolves. They thought they were extinct, but of course my OC had to have a part of it, but very little. That's how she only has one wing that's a dragon wing and one wing that is a winged. And whenever she got rebirthed as the shadow had 9 tails and was a human. So she had that added to her character because of the shadow. And yeah. Yeah, she's really interesting. Yeah. Thank you for watching.